you guys can hear the audio. So, I thought I would do a gameplay. I thought I would do a gameplay playthrough, I don't know, testing, I guess, a test of a character that I downloaded in a different style. I guess what I'm saying is that this video format is just different. So just bear with me. But so I wanted to explain. Now I'm trying to see the mobility on this character. I'm playing with a PC style, Xbox style controller. Mugen, obviously. Street Fighter Alpha 3 costume-ish Chun-Li. And at first glance I thought it was trash. I'll admit that, I thought she was just trash. And the reason why I thought she was trash was because well, for stupid reasons. Like, one, I found it more difficult to do her rapid tap kick move. I don't know what it's called, but the one where you have to tap rapidly to do it. I found on the Game Boy version, Game Boy Advance version, or whatever, it's much easier to do playing it on a Game Boy emulator style. But so okay, I'm fighting a San with this Chun-Li, and I realized the Chun-Li's not really trash. It actually has some like innovative features, like it has a dodge. It's a double button press dodge. It has a short jump. Not really an air dash, but it has like a short jump. That jump can turn into a dash. The dash back and the dash forward can turn into jumps. And it has a nice little feature where she can do this downward hitting stomp when the opponent is already down. You know, and that's something that, you know, I don't know if you really can do this, but I will say, now when I'm playing this San character, one thing that I realized about this character is that for Chun-Li, this Chun-Li, in my opinion, my skill level, and I can only speak for myself, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to fight this San character because, when you try to do directional command inputs fast and smooth, it's hard. I actually considered maybe it would be easier for my inputting ability if I used my arcade stick. I might do a video like that, you know what I mean? And I could be wrong, maybe the thumb with the controller is easier, but it just seemed really hard, because every time I tried to get out a command, like multiple times, I just could not get the command out. Instead, I'll end up doing, you know, the wrong command, and just a kick will come out, and just a kick, and you'll see that, like, right now, like, just a kick. And that's that sort of thing, you know? Yeah, and she keeps getting you that stupid gourd thing where she sucks you into the gourd and now you're inside of the gourd. And you're being literally cooked over freaking cold. Yeah, I noticed that. But I also noticed that this Chun-Li has a weird effect that when she does certain hits, and these are just normal like button commands, like hit button, it feels like she's moving forward when she's doing them, like the programmer or whoever decided to make this character move forward as they hit sometimes. I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining this, but it feels like it sometimes. But I like it so far. Like, I'll say one of the biggest difficulties I had was trying to do the super combos because it's the old Street Fighter Alpha style double down forwards, double down back type of thing, and it's really hard for me to try to do that. You know, just in general, my thumb, like, it's really hard for me to really try to pull it off. So I thought maybe I would do like a move and then synchronize it with like the timing of me doing the double down forward plus kick, and I just still couldn't get it so many times. It was incredibly not incredibly difficult, but one thing about me is as far as like recreational hobbies, I'm much more of an active person, and I'm much more of a martial artist, so gaming's not really my big thing. Like, I don't sit around and practice, because I don't really care too much about being that good at games. But I'm saying that all to say is that I know my problem is I just simply don't practice enough. Like, if I were to practice doing that command over and over, then it would be easy for me. But obviously, I practice a lot, so it's hard to do that. So, you're not going to see a lot of me pulling out super combos and me, you know, with Chun-Li darting across the screen all of a sudden. Super combo. I try to do it, but it just doesn't come out whenever I try to get it off. So, basically, San-san was my first opponent, and what I noticed about San-san is, in my opinion, the AI is pretty good. It looks like they maybe gave her a couple of special features that she didn't have from Marvel vs. Capcom 2 originally. There's probably more than that, but at least I can just see on first glance some stuff that she doesn't really do that game. It seems like a solid character. I downloaded San-san because I figured, like, you know, like, I was gonna download Spiral, actually. You know, Spiral is, if you don't know who Spiral is the girl from X-Men that has like 4 arms or 6 arms or something. That's the only way I could describe the character. It's a weird character. But, I decided to download San-san, which is basically a monkey with a pole, because it was kind of just a second choice. I figured Spiral's really not all that special. I actually believe that I'm going off subject, but there's really not much subject in this video. What I'm trying to say is the original version of Spiral from, I think it's Children of the Atom, that X-Men game. That's the best, in my opinion, version of that character, like the original one. You know, the original. And it has certain features that, well, she has certain features that, like, I don't think she has certain moves, in Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, I don't think she can actually do that thing where she looks almost invisible. I don't think she had, maybe I'm wrong, but... so, you know, these are like some trial matches. I'm just feeling out this character, this Chun-Li, and like, obviously my Chun-Li is complete trash because I don't practice. Plus, you know, this Chun-Li is not really like souped up at all. There's nothing special about this Chun-Li, really. It's not like souped up in any way. It's just kind of straightforward. But I wasn't looking for anything too crazy because I don't want the character to be like, to be honest, to tell you the truth, I really downloaded this character because I just like this one's outfit. This Chun-Li is just my favorite one. Like, I like the costume, so that's why I downloaded it at first. I'm pleased with it. You know, basically, I'm just telling you guys, like, I'm trying to break this down. And like I say again, like, I found San-san to be very, very difficult. Very difficult.
KO. Fight.
Every time I turn around, I'm getting sucked into the board.
KO. Fight.
And I'll note that this Chun-Li, I don't think there's a couple super combos that it doesn't have. I think it has. I didn't check the move list. I should have looked in the move list, but I didn't. This Chun-Li appears to not be able to pull off that kick that it has in midair. And also, it appears to me that it's much more Street Fighter Alpha looking than Marvel vs. Capcom looking. That rapid tap kick, I don't know the name. But, you know, what am I trying to say? Well, I'm really trying to say, like, she doesn't have an air dash, which I wish she had. She does not have kick in midair. I don't think she has the super combo where she dashes towards you and it ends up being this weird grapple, and then there's like whatever writing comes across the screen or whatever. That move, I don't think she has that. I wish she had those things, but you know, it's a different type of Chun-Li. If I want that type of Chun-Li, I could easily download it. But I just didn't want to, you know, because I wanted to try. The reason why I took this particular roster of characters that I have in this roster is because I wanted it to be a little watered down, actually. I didn't want it to be like the roster I have on another computer where a lot of characters are overpowered and weird and they're just crazy, you know, like some of them there's no point in playing them because you know you can't beat the character, it's like a gag, it's like a novelty. This I wanted to really be like balanced, and I wanted to pick specific characters that complement each other, that the playstyles of these characters make it very balanced. As you can easily see here in Sonic and even though, you know, it looks, she's really putting I can't say it. She's really putting a butt whooping on me. So, yeah. And I noticed one good thing that Chun-Li has is the ability to do a projectile, but it is a feint. So basically nothing comes out, it's like a feint. You know, so it looks like she's doing something, but nothing actually comes out. That's pretty cool. But how I did it, I don't know. When I do that, I do it by accident. I don't really know how to do it on purpose. I gotta look at the move list, you guys. So now, this is basically just, this is me versus Inuyasha, is what this is. And all this is because for whatever reason, this Inuyasha sometimes, its life will not decrease and it's like it's invincible, but this is just a test to see how long I can hold up against this really watered down Inuyasha that its AI sucks, if you ask me. It has decent, like, blocking ability, but other than that, to me it seems like the AI pretty much sucks. and, you know, I would eat him alive, honestly, if I was able to take his life down, because he has like really weak AI. Some of these characters have excellent AI. Really surprising, you know. Really, really impressive AI. But this one, no. This one sucks. So I'm just wearing him down, basically just throwing him around like ragdoll. But yeah, he's invincible technically, so winning is not gonna happen. It's just a test. Now, maybe this Chun-Li has a role that's some type of button command. I don't know. That would be really cool, but I couldn't tell if it was because I was just downed and then put in a forward or back or something for a roll somehow. But I don't know. I think or maybe I was actually just doing a backwards dash and just but like I said, you guys, this is a testing of this character. I don't know this character in and out by any means. This is me just seeing little things it can do, and it is pretty mobile. I'll say this, when you're using a joystick opposed to buttons, in my opinion, dashing is much harder for you to tap rapidly a joystick, even if you're using an arcade. One button dashes, in my opinion, are the best you can go with. Now, is there a way to make this character have a one-button dash? Usually the best you can get is a two-button dash, because you can change the configuration to make it like two buttons instead of a directional, like you press, but you just use a directional plus. Like, there's a way to change moves on Mugen, so sometimes you actually can, but I haven't checked with this one yet. I don't know if that's necessary. Like, I'm just a fan of big mobility, so if that is necessary, I always would want to do it. And like I said again, my favorite thing is if anybody even in the comments, if you can tell me how to make a character have a one-button dash, and I mean dash like whether that's back, forward, whatever. If you can tell me how to make a one-button dash augmentation to this character or characters,
while you still can.
You can put it in the comments. I appreciate it, because I just love like the freedom to hit one button in dash. That's something I would love to have. Now I know there's a drawback with that, because like you gotta think, what button is it? Is the button in a place where it's like easy, where it doesn't mess with the flow of, you know, everything else? That's the question I always have. I get so annoyed with it, like trying to rapidly slap the friggin' joystick. Like if you practice it, you always be faster and faster. But I still think, you know, it's always faster if it's just one way.
Fight.
So I'm fighting Phoenix, and I'll say, for my skill level, which is not that high, she's kind of a breeze. She really is. She's kind of a breeze. Because the AI, the thing is, the AI isn't that good. Phoenix as a character in its whole could be pretty dangerous. Especially if it was the actual Marvel 3 version, like they really stayed true to that version. But this one is kind of a janky, 2D, kind of reminiscent of that, and for me it's kind of a breeze. The only thing that hinders me, again, like I'll say, is lack of practice. So there's strings of movements that I could put together, and strings of moves that if I practiced, would make it a breeze. You know, it would make it incredibly easy. So like, I actually just pulled that super combo off. It was really hard to do that, but so yeah, now this is me against the Predator, and oh god, it's almost damn near impossible. Now the AI is really good on this character. Not impossibly good, but good enough. And for my skill level, he has so many friggin' like, he has so many, I don't know how to say this, advantages in a way, or abilities that like are small, weird, little, small, nuanced things. With whoever programmed this. So yeah, the Predator is really, really, really hard. This is me just like testing to see like how high percentages that I can beat this character with this Chun-Li. She's not doing too good.
Fight.
So, I think what I'm going to do, you guys, is I may just give you guys audio at this point, but I think I'm going to jump off the video because I don't want to kill my light. The light I'm using is not meant for this extended period like this, so...
Fight.
So, like I was saying, you guys, the Predator is really difficult. He's difficult for a lot of reasons. He's difficult, one, because I'm trying to break this down as fast as I can. He's difficult because his melee, when he gets close to you, is just so fast, like incredibly fast for some reason. It feels like. And he has that stupid plasma caster, or whatever it's called. I think it's called a plasma caster. That stupid laser shoulder thing. And the way that he does it, it not only like hits you from the ground, but it also tracks you at some point. There's some points where literally it curves so that it'll hit you. Instead of shooting straight, it curves so it'll follow you and then hit you. So there's not much I can do to really evade that. You know, it's like it takes a lot of timing for me to just find a way to get, however I get out of the way of that, it's very hard. And he can refill his life, you guys. He can do one of those cheesy little things, like, and he does it when he's usually far away from you across the screen when you're down. So it's very hard. Now, sometimes I can cut it off because I can reach him really fast. I can usually use a super combo that'll get me halfway across the screen or something to cut him off. But with this Chun-Li, because like I said, it's a double down forward command plus a kick, or either it's 2 kicks or plus a kick. It's very hard for me to do that. See, I actually did it. I pulled it off, but I didn't do it fast enough. So, because I didn't do it like fast enough, I couldn't cut it off. So now he almost has full life again. I have like almost nothing. So, it's very, let's just say this is a very cheap character, the Predator. He's a good character, don't get me wrong. He's a very solid character. He's solid what's the word? He's solid comparatively to what he actually is, because he's like a sort of janky. He's ripped from like a beat 'em up side scroller thing, so you know, obviously he's like, you know, a little weird, but comparatively it's a really good character. They did an excellent job, whoever did this, comparatively to what it is. But yeah, so I'm just really pushing my luck, just testing, trying to see the limits of this character. I think this video is like probably like 47 minutes or something. I wanted it to be like an hour, but I figured that doesn't really need to be an hour. And I'm just saying that because, and I might break this up into 2 parts or something. my point about that is I have to play a character for a very long time because, like I said before, I'm not a... Like, I have other hobbies, and I'm not a gamer, so the thing is, I don't spend a lot of time practicing these things and trying to, like, find all the bugs in the character, and I don't get that extensive with it. Now, as far as my YouTube channel, there's a lot of game videos on here. Like, there's videos of me playing this game, Woo game. But in general, it's not my whole channel. So, like I said, I don't really have the want or need to take the time to just go crazy with this, with video games in general. With this character, but it does take at least like an hour or something for me to really feel a character out, and then to get like the button commands, directional commands mostly, to get that smoother and smoother.
Fight.
So, like, at this point, literally at this point, I decided that maybe trying to grab him as much as possible would be my best bet. But then I realized the problem with this Predator character is that not only does he have that stupid plasma caster that tracks you, but it's, when you try to get in range to grab him, then the melee that he uses is so fast that it's almost pointless, you know what I mean? Like, because it's so, he'll just, tap, 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 whatever he's doing to use that melee. Now, the Spider-Man character, at this point in the video, you'll see that my commands are much smoother. You'll see that. You'll see that my movement and mobility is much smoother, because at this point, I've played the character enough to get a better feel for how the character moves, how slow or how fast this character can move, and how to string together different movements so that the character is moving fast and fluid, and instead of very slow, funky. And when you see me doing a lot of those single kicks, that's just because I'm trying to get that super combo out. Like I said, again, it's very difficult for me to hit that old school double down forward with a joystick with my thumb. You know what I mean? It might be easier for me sometimes to do with my arcade stick. So that's what you're seeing. But at this point, like, I'm getting a much better feel for her movement. And, it's pretty good, too. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty nice. Like, I didn't know how well she could hold up against this version of Spider-Man, because, honest to God, this is a Frankenstein version of Spider-Man. Like, this thing has all these things that Spider-Man is not supposed to really have. They have weird little super combos with this Spider-Man. Weird little color palette. Not in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, it's just not what I'm used to, so it's all very strange. It looks very Frankenstein. Even the sound effects, everything just seems to be really Frankenstein-ish. So I noticed that I'm not utilizing her dash either, which I would, but it's just different. That's another not pet peeve, but that's another difficulty I really struggle with, is using a dash. Just simply using a dash with a joystick. It's easier with directionals. Like, it's easier for me to put in half circle commands and all that, but then it's difficult for me to do dashes. So there's drawbacks. My perfect combo, which I wish I had, was if I have a character that has supers that are simply just a single down forward, down back or something, with a 2-button command, and has a one button dash. Now, that's not necessarily that's rare, but that would be ideal. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now I'm just struggling and struggling and struggling because I have like what three gag. He has like five freaking 5 gag. So, you know, he's got supers for days. I have a 3 gag. You know, I have 3 friggin' in there. And look at me, just struggling to do the super combo because, like the directional command, it's very hard to do. I can't do it. You know, so I'm just struggling. So every time I do it, a kick just comes out. You know, I'm not doing the actual super. I'm struggling to get it off. He's hitting these weird little Frankenstein things.
So close. Come on. What happened?
You know, and then I'm fighting Kung Fu Man, and basically fighting Kung Fu Man, I'm much smoother, but like I said again, I'm still really trying to find out how to string supers and specials together in a very seamless way, because I like to move around a lot with the character. I like to move around the screen a lot, and it's not as easy as I think, you know. like I said, it takes, when you see some of these players, like you see these really high-level players, like you see these tournament people like Justin Wong and people like that, you see them just sometimes in certain characters just start, you know, literally flying around the screen. You know, that takes practice. That's not something that just, I feel like any person that plays a game can just pick up and just do it, you know. You have to practice to have the ability to seamlessly string things together, and your coordination has to be really, really good to do that. Like, it's just not, it's not easy. Like, my movement in reality is better than my fingers playing a video game trying to move around a character, you know, like, the coordination is so weird. Like I said, you know, you're trying to do what I was trying to do is do a special, which is a projectile, and then immediately do the double down forward to do the super, so she'll jet across the screen. She'll jet across the screen in the path of the projectile, and she'll hit. But it's just not happening. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm struggling to do it. It's not coming out. But I realize that this character is a complete pushover and a sneeze Kung Fu Man, so it's just testing. And then Gambit, I'll say the AI is okay, but it's not really there. So it's more of a testing for me. It's not really like a more, it's a different type of test. For me, it's more like a test of, like, how fluent can I be with this character? How many times can I spam the special moves? You know, how many strings can I string together? You know, how smooth can I be with the character? Like I said, it's just, it would just take practice. It's nothing special, nothing difficult. I feel like anyone who's a serious gamer would totally, would totally master this character.
Cajun strike.
like about this character, but I'm not that good at utilizing it, is the character, because it has this dash, two-button dodge. While she's in a position that she just dodged, it's giving you some time to try to sneak in like a charge move, and because you have to hold a button for like, what is it? It's like 2 seconds in a certain direction, whether it's down or whatever, or back or whatever. It gives you enough time to pull some of that stuff off, and now I try. I'll admit, like, I try with this character, but again, like I'll say again, it's just lack of practice on my part, so it doesn't happen for me. What the hell?
Fight.
So now I'm fighting Riptor, and in my opinion, I'll just eat Riptor alive, because, you know, Riptor's AI isn't that good. Now, I've seen this character bust out with some weird, crazy combos, and I think it's just, like, a seldom occurrence. So, I have really no fear of this character. I'm pretty much moving all around the screen. I'm pretty much grabbing this character multiple times, and this character is a breeze. So, this is me just testing out Chun-Li's mobility again. And trying to be really smooth with the commands. Now, I try to implement super combos, but none of them come out because, like I said, it's just really difficult. And I think what I'm going to do is, because this character is challenging for me, because this character isn't too souped up in any way, and has a Street Fighter Alpha feel to it in a way, I feel like I'm going to focus more on this character, and I may make more videos on this character. And like I said, you know, it's hard for me to do super, so I got like 3 bars in my gag, but you know, I'm trying to pull out a super, but it's not happening.
KO.
Yeah, so Riptor is pretty much just like a punching bag. There's nothing really going on there. Now, Elastigirl could really be dangerous, like seriously dangerous sometimes, but I haven't seen an AI programmed into one of these Elastigirls that utilizes her aggressively enough. And defensively enough either. Like, in my opinion, they don't do either that she's dangerous. In my opinion, she's kind of a hassle, but it's seldom. For the most part, she's just a breeze, kind of. Just so you guys. And that's because of the AI. She's only even as difficult, and difficult's like, I'm using that word loosely right now. She's only even this difficult because this Chun-Li, like I said again, I'm not really proficient, I'm not practiced with this Chun-Li, this is the practice. So, if I just sit there and spam projectiles, there's nothing that this AI is really going to do, you know what I mean? Now,
Round 2.
this incredible character, really I downloaded it because, let's just be honest you guys, I'm not, well, this is supposed to be, this is a kid's video, so I'm not going to say that, but the character is a good looking character, and it does have some really good moves and combos and stuff that you can, like, string together, and it can be almost dangerous, really, to this character, but that's in the right hands of whoever's using it. Now, like I said, the AI itself is kind of weak, so no, I'm not seeing anything. There's nothing special going on here with this AI. It actually kind of feels like a punching bag at this point. It's nothing. So, yeah. This was just kind of an experiment to see, like, okay, what would it be like to fight Elastigirl? And, Mugen randomly picks these characters, so I don't pick them. But there are some characters to where If it's too much of a challenge, I'll just skip the character. And if I'm doing that type of test, then I will fight the character, and vice versa, you know. So Ralph is kind of difficult because when I downloaded this Ralph initially, I expected him to be full scale, but they have him looking like a friggin' toy, and they have him scaled down to like a toy size or whatever for whatever reason, which I feel like it's someone who's trying to emulate like a beat 'em up type of thing, and that's why I don't know. Now he's even harder in my opinion because he's this small, and everything goes over his head. So, he's pretty formidable, so, you know, I'm just trying my luck, just seeing, like, you know, basically seeing, what I can do with this guy, like, seeing, you know, what the Chun-Li can really do, you know, it's just that, it's just an all-around type of test. At this point, I would ask nicely, you know, if you guys are viewing this, if you could please hit the bell icon, please subscribe, leave a good comment, hit the like so it'll help the algorithm. And that was when I first discovered that she has that version of that super combo for this game. Because I was trying to see if she had it, but I expected it to be a Marvel vs. Capcom version, and it was a much more Street Fighter Alpha version. But it's okay. I mean, it adds to the character in a way, and it definitely makes it more challenging. This type of character, in my opinion. そんなもんかそんなもんか
KO. Fight. So, now I'm sorry if it seemed like I shut off you guys, but it's just, you know, there's really no more need to talk at that point. But now I'm fighting Omega Red, and I'll be honest, I can't say I know much about the AI of this character yet, because I don't know if this is the exact Omega Red that I've played with before, or if this is a slightly different variation. Because when you download these Mugen characters, you have to realize that Mugen characters sometimes have specific and special AI, and sometimes they'll be incredibly difficult, and, you know, I have to tip my hat to whoever is making them like that. But this, I feel like it's moderate. I don't feel like it's really, I feel like it's kind of really weak, and I feel like the reason why I'm not just completely, like, slaughtering him is simply because I'm just not at that skill level yet. You know, if ever. You know, it doesn't seem that strong to me. It seems kind of dumb.
be honest. He doesn't seem to know where he really is. He just seems kind of stupid. Like, he's not even... Usually when I grab a character, like when I'm fighting AI, if I go to grab a character and they just tech hit out of it, like, immediately, and we both just back apart, that's a good sign that at least, you know, there's some AI going on really there. This, I don't know. I don't think so with this guy.
Fight.
Omega Strike!
Because I know Omega Red can actually do some really devastating, aggressive things, but this doesn't seem like it at all. He's really doing nothing. You know, me, I'm just fumbling around, just, you know, being my unpracticed self, ungamer self. So, yeah, he's surprisingly pulled that super gun off somehow. That was just came out of my butt. I don't know where that came from. So that's it, you guys. That's the end of the video. Like, comment, and sub. You know, leave a good comment. This is Steve's Art and Fun, and you know what I'm really trying to do. I told myself like a while back, I'm mad about my battery. You know, this is kind of like off the record, but you know, this is a flashlight that is not supposed to be. Flashlight's not supposed to be used like that. But whatever, man. I need to get better lighting. I don't want to turn my light on. So, like I was saying, I've made a promise to myself that I'm going to make videos that can be monetized, so I'm trying to really stick to my guns with this. No cursing. You know, I've made enough videos that are funny enough, the comedy was always there, haha hee hee, the meme type of stuff, and imagery and all that. You know, I've had a lot of fun, not a lot of fun, but I had a good amount of fun with that. And I realized that YouTube monetizes videos that are family friendly, so this is family friendly, and I'm going to try my best to behave and from now on to make videos that are family friendly. I'm going to attempt this, so bear with me, you guys. I'm trying saying I can. I'm saying I'm trying. So with that being said, this is your host Steve from the back. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel, and until next time, have a good one.